Have you ever looked at your cat and thought, okay, are you actually happy right now? Or are you just tolerating me? Because I swear, cats are the masters of mixed signals. One minute they're purring and rubbing on you, and the next minute they're acting like you've personally ruined their entire day by breathing too loudly. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Laura, I'm 28, and I live with 3 cats, 2 ragdolls, and 1 Persian. So everything I'm sharing today is stuff I've learned from real life with them, not just from reading random advice online. And I want to say something that surprises a lot of people. Purring alone doesn't always mean happy. Some cats purr when they're stressed, or even when they don't feel well. So if you've been using purring as your only happiness detector, you're not alone. But we can do better than that. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 things that, in my experience, only show up when a cat is genuinely comfortable, safe, and satisfied. And some of them are so subtle that once you notice them, you'll never unsee them again. Okay, let's start with one of my absolute favorite "my cat is thriving" moments. It usually happens when the house is calm. No sudden noises, no chaos, nothing weird going on. And my cat will stroll into the room like they own the place and then just melt. Like, they don't carefully lie down. They don't politely curl up. They basically collapse into a puddle of cat. Sometimes it's right in the middle of the hallway, like they're trying to create a tripping hazard on purpose. Sometimes it's on the couch, sometimes it's on the floor, and sometimes it's in the most dramatic position imaginable, with legs kind of stretched out and their whole body looking all kinds of floppy. That floppy noodle body is such a big deal. Because a cat that's tense doesn't do that. A cat that's worried stays ready. Their muscles are a little tight. Their paws are tucked. They're prepared to move if they need to. But when a cat is truly happy in their environment, they allow themselves to be vulnerable. They'll stretch out. They'll take up space. They'll even show you the parts of their body they'd normally protect. And here's the part people mess up. When you see the belly or that super exposed, relaxed posture, it doesn't automatically mean, "Please rub my belly." Sometimes it does, but most of the time it's more like, "I feel safe enough to be like this around you." So what should you do when you see it? Honestly, the best move is usually to just respect it. Speak softly, move calmly. If you want to pet them, aim for safer spots first, like the cheeks, the head, the shoulders. And if they roll even more into it and lean into your hand, great. If they stiffen even slightly, pause. Also, quick reality check. If your cat suddenly starts lying around way more than normal and they seem floppy, but also kind of off, like they're not eating, not interested in anything, hiding more, or acting unusual, that's different. Happy relaxed is not the same as lethargic. You know your cat's normal. If something feels weird, trust that feeling. Now, if your cat doesn't do the dramatic flop thing, don't worry. Some cats are more polite sitters. But there's another sign that's even more personal. And it happens in the quiet little moments when they're looking right at you. So picture this. You're sitting on the couch, maybe scrolling on your phone, and your cat is across the room. And they look at you, but it's not that intense, unblinking stare that makes you feel like you're being judged. It's softer than that. Their eyes are kind of heavy, their face looks relaxed. And then they do this tiny thing where their eyes slowly close and open again. Almost like they're nodding off, but they're still watching you. When I first noticed this with my cats, I thought they were just sleepy. And sometimes they are. But the reason it's so meaningful is because in cat language, a hard stare can be a threat. Cats don't do that to friends. If your cat is truly comfortable with you, they don't need to keep you in their sights like a potential problem. That slow, calm blink is basically a cat's version of saying, "I trust you. I'm okay. We're good. And the best part? You can actually do it back. Seriously, try it sometime. Don't lean in all intense. Just relax your face, look at your cat, and slowly close your eyes and open them. If they slow blink back, that's a really strong happy cat moment. It's like a tiny conversation without words. This is also amazing for shy cats. If you have a cat that gets nervous, one of the worst things you can do is stare at them with wide eyes, because to them, it can feel like pressure. Soft eyes, calm blinking, turning your face slightly sideways, all of that reads as non-threatening and safe. And again, context matters. If your cat is squinting because their eyes look irritated, watery, or they're pawing at them, that's not a cute, happy blink. That's a vet situation. But if it's paired with relaxed posture, calm breathing, maybe even a gentle purr, that's a very good sign. Okay, now let's talk about a sign that usually happens when you come home. And once you notice the tiny detail, you'll instantly know what mood your cat is in from across the room. You walk in the door and your cat appears. Maybe they act casual at first, like they're pretending they weren't waiting, but they come over. And the big giveaway isn't even their face. It's what's happening behind them. Their tail is up, not puffed up, not whipping back and forth. It's up like a little flag. And sometimes the tip has a tiny curve, like a question mark. And sometimes you'll even see a little tail vibration, like it's quivering for a second when they get close to you. That tail up greeting is basically the cat version of running up to someone with a smile. A scared cat doesn't greet like that. An annoyed cat doesn't greet like that. A cat who feels safe in their territory and happy to see you is the one who walks in with the, "Look at me, I'm friendly" tail. And this is where people get confused, because they'll see movement in the tail and assume the cat is mad. But there's a huge difference between a gentle, upright tail and an irritated tail. When the tail is lashing side to side, low, swishy, thumpy, that's usually annoyance or overstimulation, like, "I'm done, back up." But when it's upright, relaxed, and the body is loose, that's a confident, content cat. If you want to encourage more of those happy greetings, the key is making your arrival feel safe and predictable. Don't burst through the door yelling. Don't immediately scoop them up like a teddy bear. Give them a second to approach you. Let them choose the interaction. And if your cat is the type who loves a little routine, you can pair your arrival with something positive. A calm hello, a cheek rub if they ask for it, maybe a few minutes of play later. You're basically teaching them, when you come to me, good things happen. Now, if your cat doesn't do the dramatic flop thing, don't worry. Some cats are more polite sitters. But there's another sign that's even more personal, and it happens in the quiet little moments when they're looking right at you. So picture this. You're sitting on the couch, maybe scrolling on your phone, and your cat is across the room. And they look at you, but it's not that intense, unblinking stare that makes you feel like you're being judged. It's softer than that. Their eyes are kind of heavy, their face looks relaxed. And then they do this tiny thing where their eyes slowly close and open again. Almost like they're nodding off, but they're still watching you. When I first noticed this with my cats, I thought they were just sleepy. Now, there's another cat behavior that people laugh about because it's so adorable, but it's also one of the strongest comfort signs, and it usually happens on something soft. So your cat hops onto a blanket, your lap, a pillow, maybe even your stomach when you're trying to watch TV. And then they start doing this slow stepping motion with their front paws. One paw, then the other. Sometimes their claws come out a little. Sometimes their eyes half close. And sometimes, if your cat is extra dramatic, there's purring, and even a tiny bit of drooling. When a cat does that, they're not being weird. They're basically time traveling back to kittenhood. That kneading motion is something kittens do while nursing because it helps stimulate milk flow. And when adult cats do it, it usually means I feel safe, I feel comforted, this is my cozy place. It's also a kind of scent marking thing. Cats have scent glands in their paws. So, in a very cat way, they're kind of saying, this is mine, this is my spot, these are my people. Now, I do want to be honest. Some cats need when they're trying to self-soothe too. So if the kneading seems frantic or it's paired with other stressed behaviors like excessive licking, hiding, appetite changes, or being jumpy, then it might be more about anxiety than happiness. But the classic making biscuits situation, where your cat is relaxed, purring, slow blinking, totally at ease, that's a happy cat. And if you want to support this without sacrificing your skin, keep a soft blanket nearby. If your cat starts kneading on you and it's turning into tiny needles, gently slide the blanket between you and the paws. Also, keeping nails trimmed helps a lot, because yes, it's cute, but I also enjoy having unpunctured legs. And please don't punish kneading. From your cat's perspective, they're having a perfect, safe moment. If you need it to stop, redirect them calmly. Now for the last one, and I love this one because it's the sign that your cat isn't just relaxed, they're confident. Like they feel so good in their life that they have the energy to be silly. It usually starts in the most random way. You'll be minding your business, and suddenly your cat takes off like a rocket. Or they crouch behind a chair like a tiny panther, eyes focused, but doing that little wiggle. Or they bring a toy out and drop it nearby, like, so, are we doing this or what? A truly happy cat doesn't only rest. They play. And not play in a stressed, frantic way, but play in a loose, curious, life is good way. Because play is optional. A cat that's constantly on edge is busy monitoring threats. They're not in the headspace to chase a toy or do goofy zoomies. But when a cat feels safe and fulfilled, they have extra energy for the fun stuff. And here's the important difference. Happy play usually has a start and a stop. They'll chase, pounce, wrestle a toy, run around, and then they can actually come down from it. They'll flop, groom, or just chill after. If your cat is doing non-stop chaotic zoomies and then getting bitey, destructive, or aggressive, that can be more like boredom or overstimulation. That's not your cat is bad. It just means their brain and body need more of the right kind of outlets. If you want more of the confident, happy play, try giving your cat a short, interactive play session every day. Even 10 minutes can make a difference. Something that mimics hunting, like a wand toy, is usually way more satisfying than just tossing a ball once and hoping for the best. Also, rotate toys. Cats get bored. If the same toy is always out, it becomes furniture. Hide a few toys, swap them out every few days, and suddenly it's exciting again. And don't underestimate simple things like a window perch, a cat tree, a paper bag, a cardboard box. I've bought cute toys that my cats ignored, while they fell in love with a literal piece of packaging. So when you see your cat playing in a relaxed, confident way, especially if they're initiating it and inviting you into it, that's not just energy. That's a cat who feels good in their world. And honestly, when I look at my 3 cats, the happiest periods in our house are always the times when I'm seeing a mix of these things. The relaxed, floppy body, the soft eyes and slow blinks, the tail up greeting, the cozy kneading, and that confident, playful, I feel safe here energy. And if your cat only shows 1 or 2 of these, that doesn't automatically mean they're unhappy. Cats have different personalities, different histories, different comfort levels. What matters most is looking for your cat's version of relaxed and content, and noticing changes. Because the real goal isn't to force a cat to act a certain way. It's to build a life where they feel safe enough to show you their happy behaviors naturally. All right, go look at your cat for like 5 seconds today and see if you catch even one of these. And if you do, just give them a slow blink from me.